The police actually have, shot some stun grenades into the crowd here because the crowd did not want the van to leave the area simply because they wanted to have sight of the alleged perpetrator. They are still currently here outside court currently. Perhaps maybe we just ask you that. What's your name?
Are they protecting us or foreign nationals? Now they just shot a lady here on her leg with a rubber bullet. What is that? What is that? What is that? Are they protecting South Africans or foreign nationals now?
What is it that you want?
Our government is lenient on foreign nationals. No, it shouldn't be like this.
You can see currently that there is a hostile environment where the police are the residents are currently pelting stones into the magistrates' court, and the police, of course, seemingly still just standing by from the other side, locked gates. And you can see here on the other side, just on the gate, this lady here had just had a stun grenade literally put on her feet, and it so seems that she is quite mama.
We never said we do not want him not to get out. We are simply saying we are hating where we are, and we are demonstrating our frustrations as a country, more so that he is a foreign national. We have never seen our system going all out and shoot at foreign nationals. How dare they do this to us? It can't be. It's wrong. It's wrong. The system, it's wrong.
Quite a hostile environment here and quite disheartening, where the residents here said that all they want is to show their dissatisfaction and as well as to demonstrate outside the magistrate court to say that it cannot be that an illegal immigrant into the country forcefully or killed 7 people and he is just allowed to roam the street. All they want is to ensure that he continues to go inside jail. We do know that he had abandoned his bail application and conceded that he will be speaking, he will be giving more details to the police so that there can be a successful prosecution. But yes, this is the situation outside court. Residents here seemingly not looking to leave anytime soon, but the suspect has been hauled out and he was in a police nyala when he left just a short while ago.
We want to stay with your visuals because we're actually conducting the very same discussion with the leader of Action SA, Mr. Herman Mashaba, whose party has been speaking very strongly on these matters. So please keep your shot live. We want to see the pictures as I continue the discussion now with Mr. Mashaba. Mr. Mashaba, thanks for staying on. You are hearing the comments there from the people outside court who are saying, quote unquote, our government is lenient on foreign nationals. You were saying a little earlier that you blame what has happened here at the door of the ANC government.
They are not lenient, they are supportive, they are complicit in this matter because, you know, even last night actually watched on one of the television stations how our borders are so porous, where our own government is complicit in this illegal activity. So all those people who've called me names, insulted me, let them take the responsibility for the death of our people. Let me tell you, Koli, the last few days, I'm sure you must have watched all these the criminal syndicates bringing counterfeit goods, which are dangerous to the health of our people. I remember when I was a mayor conducting one of the raids, one of the senior officials in the health department came to me on the side because he did not want to really be known by government. He pleaded with me. He says, Mayor Mashaba, please, talk to this government. These goods that are being brought into this country, if we are not careful, there's going to be a health catastrophe in this country in years to come. And I'm sure you're aware what has been circulating in social media platforms the last few days, where these people are bringing billions of goods, expired goods, all manner of goods that are being fed and not fed to you and I, Toli. They go into our vulnerable people who are dependent on 350 to survive. Some of them don't have anything to rely on. And our government is allowing South Africa to be a dumping place of expired goods. So it is not just allowing these people to come and murder us openly. They are killing us health-wise. And this government must take the full responsibility.
Let me ask you this question, and I'm asking for you to respond directly to the Minister of Women, Children and People with Disabilities, which is a department that resides within the President's. Maite Nkwana Mashabane expressing a little earlier just outside court that her words were, "We are sad and angry that women were killed for nothing." He says he's illegal, yet he's killed so many people. How do you respond to the minister who clearly seems to be suffering amnesia because the immigration issue has been something that the ANC government has neglected?
I think the minister should please not really insult the people of Polokwane. They should not really insult us as South Africans. Her government, her ministry, which I don't even see the reason for South Africa, with all our major financial challenges, to have such a ministry. She's just there to do the dirty job for the ANC, to really treat us like we are fools. So I think I'm angry, I'm hurtful. Because this is the price that we are paying. And when we raised this matter, they unleashed all manner of insults against us, until even going to an extent of reporting me to the Human Rights Commission. And fortunately enough, when the Human Rights Commission actually went deep into this, realized that my standpoint wasn't only to protect South Africans, was to also protect vulnerable foreign nationals who are today, as I'm talking to you, in the city of Johannesburg. Go into those buildings, go and see human trafficking, go and see modern day slavery being committed, and some of ANC people being beneficiaries of this criminality.
Mr. Mashaba, as I let you go, this matter, particularly the one specific to Polokwane that is unfolding right now. We actually have those visuals on the screen. This particular matter, how should it be handled so that it does not spark the unintended consequence of xenophobic attacks?
Well, we need to appeal to our people that please, and that's really has been my position from day one, that we have a constitutional right to remove this criminal organization from the ANC out of power. The fault is not with foreign nationals. Anywhere in the world, when you allow criminality and anarchy, people will take advantage. So the fault is not with our foreign nationals who are there legally or illegally. The fault lies purely at the hands of the ANC government. So I'm really pleading with South Africans, yes, we must be hurtful. We have the right to really be angry, but let us be angry with the source of this problem. The source of this problem is this criminal organization called ANC that is allowing this to happen. So let us remove them from power. That is the only way, so that we can put in a government that can ensure that the rule of law in South Africa is respected.
Herman Mashaba, thank you very much for your time. He is the leader of Action SA, and I've got to put a disclaimer. The intention here was not to bring Mr. Mashaba to campaign, so I will put it out there that Mr. Mashaba, the campaign season is over, and your chance to try and remove the ANC from power has come and gone. Perhaps 2024 might be the date to look forward to. Let's see if we can still return to Polokwane. That's where Pilane Pagadi is live for us. Pilane, talk to us and give us a sense of what people are saying on the ground there. The issue here Pilane Pagadi, if you can hear me, and it's something that Mr. Mashaba has just raised a moment ago to say that South Africans must be cautioned. This is not their fault, but nor is it the fault of foreign nationals. The issue is with the current government at the helm of the national government, and that is that they have allowed the situation where illegal migrants enter the country, and it doesn't seem that there are controls. What's the situation on the ground?
People here actually are quite angry, and they want that the national government really should be going ahead with all its plans to try and tighten the regulations and around our border posts. As you can see, this man, the woman currently who is on your camera, is one of the people who was hurt when those stun grenades were put inside the crowd there, and it literally exploded on her foot. As you can see that she was bleeding. Quite a teary woman, and she says that illegal people should not be allowed to be in the country. Therefore, there should be quite a number of programs which are in place to try and ensure that this does not happen. Perhaps let me try to bring in Sebotse. Sebotse Mutiba is one of the people in the area who was also a councillor, and maybe perhaps you just Sebotse Mutiba, she's from taking safety in communities here in Seshego in particular. Mutiba, just give us a sense. As you can see, people are quite angry. Yes, in the court said that the person has been remanded in custody until next year on the 27th of January. But people are quite angry, and hence we've seen an incident that is here. What is the sense that you're getting here?
Yeah, look, you can't blame people for being this angry, but we are calling for calm within the communities. It's just that it was unfortunate that stun grenades were thrown into the community. In any case, wherever there's cases like this, you expect people to revolt. There's no way people can remain calm in a situation like this, and you don't handle the situation in a manner that will not necessitate such things. We were not looking forward to seeing people bleeding, you know. We are bleeding in our hearts, but not literally bleeding blood. See, now we have literal blood here. You know, it was unnecessary.
Do you think, yes, that question, of course, about the handling of the police of the matter, do you think they overstepped their mark?
Honestly speaking, as I said before, it was unnecessary. It was really unnecessary because people were not armed, people were not throwing stones, they were just chanting. Like anywhere else, they were just chanting. I think they were supposed to have found a better way to deal with the situation instead of throwing stun grenades. We don't want another Marikana in Polokwane. We don't want situations where we lose our own people because of foreigners. Now, the perception that is here, that you can hear from everybody else, is that as South Africans, we are protecting people from outside, which is not true. We are not protecting them. Government is not protecting them. The law must take its course, but it must take its course in a way that will protect its own citizens.
Yeah. Let me just ask you here before I let you go, the families, you've been representing them, you've talked to some of them. What is their feeling with the happenings here outside court, and as well as what happened inside court where the person decided, that's Themba Dube, decided to abandon bail?
Look, this is not necessarily taking away the pain. What I can say is that the pain has deepened. Knowing that they are behind bars, yes, he's behind bars, he's still going to enjoy meals at our expense as taxpayers. That's a feeling that everybody has right now, including the families. But we welcome that he's coming back on the 27th. We'll be more ready than this. The question now that we need to ask every South African is that, do you know your neighbor? Do you know who's next to you? Do you know that person that comes from another country, what they are capable of doing? We are also, I just want to send a clarion call here to all South Africans that it must not turn out into a xenophobic attack. This must not be seen as a xenophobic attack. We are saying, and this is very clear again, that anybody that comes from another country with intentions or malintentions in this country of ours, South Africa, must just pack their things and go now. Simple as that.
That's Mabotse Motiba there, Toli. She's speaking on behalf of the community and as well as a woman taking back safety here in Seshego. So quite distraught, and they're saying that they believe that the handling of the police of the matter was just unnecessary, where they had to throw stun grenades within the community who were chanting, unarmed of course, outside of the magistrate court. And it had, as you've seen, some of them bleeding here outside the court, and they believe that they should have just allowed them to demonstrate their frustrations and later leave. Already some of them had already begun to leave the area, and of course they were going to come back to ready themselves on the 27th of January when Themba Dube will be appearing again for the case of murder, 7 counts of murder on the bodies of women that they were found in and around Polokwane, and as well as kidnapping. We do also that there's also an incident, one case of robbery. He was in possession of a cell phone which belonged to one of the victims. So that is because how this particular matter was linked to him. So here the call is not for this to become a xenophobic attack in any kind of a community within South Africa, but they are calling for the law enforcement and as well as immigration to tighten their bolts and ensure that whoever who's within the country is here legally and they understand the rules and laws of our country.
Pilane, before I let you go, in court, were any of the family members who've lost loved ones present there? Because much of the focus has been on the suspect and therefore the reaction from government and the laxity as far as immigration laws are concerned. But what about the families of those who've lost loved ones? Have they had a chance to look at the suspected killer of their loved ones in the eye?
In that quite small court C here in Seshego, about 4 families managed to go in, and we've also talked to those families. So those will be bites that will be playing out through the day. Then they've expressed their frustration, and they've expressed that all they want is justice to be served as a matter of urgency. They say that will not bring their loved ones back, but they feel that at least they'll be able to be in a position to say that justice has been done and it is seen to be done. Yes, they were present in court, some of them, and they experienced firsthand those words from Themba Dube when he said he has no intention of denying any of the claims against him, and he has no intention whatsoever to have a lawyer. And of course that particular intentions by him, the magistrate had to overturn it and say it is important that he has a legal aid, so that when he makes these concessions, they are all of course binded, and then there is somebody who has a legal mind, sound legal mind, that has assisted him in the process. He did say as well that he will be cooperating with the police officials. So the families had that first in hand from him, and they felt that was quite disheartening, because it so seems that he has no remorse whatsoever. Even taking it back a little bit, Koli, before I hand back to you, the process of where he had gone to point out the graves of where he had buried the 7 women, is so that after he appeared for the first time, he said to the police that he has no intention of really denying the circumstances. He concedes to them and he will take them to where he had buried the women. He took them to 7 places, and he also said to the police that there are 3 other women who are still missing, and one of his accomplices knows about their whereabouts. At this current stage, that particular alleged accomplice has not been found by the police. The police still hot on the heels as far as that is concerned. So if that is anything to go by, if that is the truth, that means in a space of just 2 weeks, there will be 10 bodies here in the city of Polokwane that have been discovered, all in relation as victims of gender-based violence. Quite disheartening here as we go towards 16 days of no violence against women and children come the 25th of November.
That's our